Hello there, internet browsers. Hi. My name is Jenny, and I'm here to talk to you guys about public transportation. So this whole thing is sort of inspired by Dan is Not on Fire, and his video about what not to do on public transport. But seeing as I live in the beautiful sunny state of California, people aren't. Let me get into that. Alright, so here are some of my stories from the light rail. Number one, I am a regular on the light rail and light rail, bus, BART, Caltrain, and yeah, that's all we have. But yeah, I am a regular on those things, and I am a regular to the point of having to take the light rail and bus to school. So to get to my nearest light rail station, I have to take a bus to the light rail station, and I have to get on the light rail that goes through 2 cities other than the one that I live in before getting down near my school. And then it's just a short walk. But anyway, so it takes me an hour and a half to get there, and my school had started at 8:15. It now starts at 7:30. But sorry. Okay. While I was so to get there on time, I had to be out of bed and on the bus by 6:45. So by 7 o'clock, I'm on the light rail, and I'm about 6 stations into the trip. And I am half asleep on like this on the light rail, leaning up against the window. People obviously know I'm asleep, and there's a general rule where you have to leave an empty seat next to the person. It's just, if you don't have to, if you're disabled, you will stand up, and if there's no empty seat, you will remain standing, or elderly. But it's a general rule that if you're sitting in a 2-seater, no one else is going to sit in the 2-seater, because it's just common courtesy. So as I'm laying against the window, then this hobo or homeless person comes onto the light rail. They're always on the light rail, so I don't think anything of it until, first of all, he sits next to me. We are in a 2-seater. There is no empty seat between us, and I have an issue with that. But I decided to let that slide. I continue to curl up against the window and fall asleep. Then he pokes me. I look over at him and say, sir, pardon me, could you please not poke me? And he said, you're squishy. What? Being called squishy? Well, yes, okay, I am not as fit as I should be, but squishy? By a homeless person? Oh, you have no idea. That entire day was shot. I was so angry. I mean, fucking hell. It was bad. It was terrible. Alright, so that's the first story. Number 2 is the one where I'm trying to catch a different bus, and it goes down to the light rail, but the connections are different. Anyway, so I run to catch the bus, and from the light rail station, because I'm trying to come home, but then I realized that I need to go past my home to a different light rail station. So that didn't make any sense. Why did I have to explain it? I don't know. But anyway, I had to. So I'm running from the light rail to the bus, and then the bus is sitting there. It is waiting there. It has been waiting for the past 10 minutes. I know this because it always waits there for 15 minutes. It's its rest stop. It has to do that. It is mandatory. I don't care if the drivers are in a union. Who gives a shit? Anyway, so I'm running from the light rail. I'm running. The bus is waiting right here. I am touching the door. And it drives away. Me and the driver made full eye contact. I thought we shared a moment. I thought a moment was shared. Of course not. Selfish bastard. Anyway, alright, number 3. This was more on me. This was my fault. When I first moved up here to where I live now, I've only lived here for 2 years. I lived in my previous apartment for 4 years. I move around a lot. But when we moved up here, I was just getting used to the light rail and bus connections and things. So I was coming home from school and I got off the light rail station and then the bus came. I didn't see it and I started to walk and I didn't realize that it was 4 miles to my apartment and I was dead tired. I was about to I was already falling asleep on the light rail and it was 6 o'clock when I left school because I had play practice and all this stuff and I was the stage manager for it and oh my god. Anyway, so but all that stuff is a different story. But so I am walking the 4 miles, so I'm like, oh, the next stoplight, that's probably mine. No, it wasn't. 5 stoplights later, I seeing in the distance, there's my apartment. Anyway, I need to stop saying that. Alright, so I am running to catch, I am walking and then the bus comes up behind me again, the next bus, and I am across the street. The bus stop, okay, so here is me and here's the street. So here's me, here's the station. I am standing here, the light takes 8 minutes for me to cross. The bus comes, I am literally jumping up and down and I'm flipping out. I still have 3 miles to walk and I don't want to do it. I am freaking out and jumping up and down, screaming at the driver, making myself look like a psychotic person, maniac, to all the drivers around me. People are in their cars like, what the fuck is she doing? And the bus drives away. Goes past the stop, doesn't even stop for me, and keeps on going. Now, here's the part that's not really on me. I finally walked down there. I'm dragging my backpack because I don't care anymore. And guess what I see waiting at the station right across the street from my apartment? That same motherfucker who, the same one that left me 3 miles back. The same one. I was highly irritated. Anyway, so those are my 3 not really most traumatic. Anyway, those are 3 stories from my public transportation issues. If you would like to hear more of my stories like this, not necessarily about public transportation, but about acting and stuff, so maybe you guys could be in some of my inside jokes and things, please leave me a comment, and please subscribe, maybe, if you like my videos. Even if you don't like my videos, please subscribe. And I will see you guys on Wednesday.